We've mentioned previously about the traps being compatible, but how about the adventure playsets pieces? Is there some support there, or are they?
There is. There's lots of interesting surprises for fans, for them to discover in the game.
Welcome to Family Gamer TV. I'm with Karthik and Guha, get the names right, Bala, and Skylanders Superchargers. So much news I can hardly keep up with it. What's the headline for you?
So Skylanders Superchargers is an ultimate vehicle fantasy, seamless blend of our classic on-foot experience with over-the-top vehicle fantasies on land, in the sea, and in the sky.
But also with Amiibo.
We just announced exclusive creative collaboration that we have with Nintendo. So Karthik, maybe you could explain.
Yeah, so we have two of the Nintendo characters reimagined as Skylanders guest stars. So here we have HammerSlam Bowser, and over here we have Turbocharged Donkey Kong, two unlikely heroes who have answered the distress call, have come into Skylands with their own vehicles. So Bowser has the Clown Cruiser, and Donkey Kong, Turbocharged Donkey Kong, has the Barrel Blaster. So these are exclusive toys. We designed these toys in collaboration, with Nintendo. And what's really incredible about them is they have like full upgrade trees like every other Skylander, and you can be able to play the game on Wii U as well as Wii and 3DS. And the vehicles are exclusive to Skylanders Superchargers, but these characters have dual functionality. So the base themselves, let me hold it this way. So the base itself twists.
Oh yeah?
And twisting the base switches it from Skylanders to Amiibo. It's really cool. So you can actually use it in two games at once. So you don't have to worry about the data being overwritten. You can play it in Skylanders Superchargers, and you can switch it over to Amiibo and use it on the Wii U gamepad on a Amiibo compatible title. So we're actually storing the memory for both at the same time. It's really two toys in one. It's huge value for Nintendo fans.
That's great. And does that mean that the Wii U Starter Pack is this Amiibo version with these characters, or is there still a normal Starter Pack for the Wii U as well?
So the Wii U Starter Pack actually comes with Supercharged Stealth Elf and Turbocharged Donkey Kong and Barrel Blaster. So that's the only way to get these characters. And
but you can't buy them on their own. So if you wanted all of them, you'd have to do some clever cross-platform doubling up.
So one of the things that we found is that families who have Nintendo console like Wii U often have 3DS, and we've gotten a lot of great feedback from fans where they wanted different toys in the different versions, especially when they have a handheld. And so the 3DS version comes with HammerSlam Bowser and the Clown Cruiser, and they're both cross-compatible. So we put a ton of effort and love into fully developing out those characters in both sets of games, which is rather fun. And the games are very complementary. They're different game experiences.
And so that takes us to talk a little bit about the Wii. Are you talking about the Wii game at all as yet?
We're not really talking about that, right now. But the Wii and 3DS is sort of a complementary experience to the Wii U, and at E3 this year we're really focused on showing off the Wii U version.
And a feature I really like is the fact that you've vastly improved the backwards compatibility on the portal. So as I understand it, you can go right back to Giants, maybe even the Spyro's portal, and sort of pair that with a digital download.
Yeah, all portals are actually supported, including the Spyro's Adventure portal. There's some limited functionality with the Spyro's Adventure portal, but we've had some new software innovation that allows us to go all the way back. We've really been listening to our fans, and and families who have existing portals want to be able to support that backward compatibility. And all the toys, all the characters are supported. So over 300 characters are supported, and they've all gotten a massive upgrade because they can all pilot the vehicles, which is all new functionality for your existing collection. And along with that, we've got 20 new vehicles and 20 new characters as well. Actually, 8 of which are reimagined versions of some of the classic Skylanders.
And at the Terrafin, Shark Shooter Terrafin, I really like. It's great.
Yeah, he's really. This has been a real upgrade for Terrafin. Yeah, and it's all new upgrade tree. and move sets. So it's great to rediscover this character all over again, and and max him out, and then supercharge him with his vehicle.
One thing that we find is for our fans, they really have their returning favorites, and so we wanted to put extra attention to that. So it's like, for example, over here we have Gil Grunt, and in the supercharger form for Gil Grunt, it's like he went to supercharger charm school, additional training. He's got a whole new upgraded tree and weapons and that kind of thing. Bigger and beefier, almost like Gil Grunt's older brother at this point. So, as our fans have grown up with Gil Grunt's also grown up a little bit too.
You got his vehicle. This is an awesome reef ripper. It's very agile in the water, and it's an incredible vehicle to pilot. And you can use any Skylander with any vehicle. And of course, if you pair them up with their matching vehicle, they get supercharged with exclusive mods, which is a lot of fun. And the stats are jacked up, and it's great when you're in an intense combat situation.
The thing I've been asked is whether you get different engines, because all the Skylanders this year are stood on these little engines. Are there going to be different colours, different versions of the bases?
What we've done is gone for a new look this year, and the engine itself is consistent. Of course, you see the elemental sign that's there, and we've really done some cool stuff by really telegraphing that elemental design with the base part of the engine. So this is the water element kind of blending in with the water that's shooting from his backpack there.
So the engines really signify that these are supercharged Skylanders and have a unique vehicle pair, and only the supercharged Skylanders can actually modify and trick out any of the vehicles.
And you were saying earlier about backwards compatibility of all the figures. We've mentioned previously about the traps being compatible, but how about the adventure playsets pieces? Is there some support there, or are they?
There's lots of interesting surprises for fans for them to discover in the game. We're not sharing those specifics right now, but all of the toys work.
Yeah, that sounds great. And of course, you got a digital download version this year as well, which I really like. As we were talking earlier about the backwards compatible portal, so that digital download you can just buy on its own. You don't need to buy a starter pack if you've got a portal.
That's right. It's really nice for players who want to do the digital download on their connected console can buy the game. It comes with instant Spitfire and instant Hot Streak, so you can play through the game with those digital characters and vehicle. And of course, when you're using your existing portal, your entire collection can be used, and then you can pick and choose the new toys that you want to buy.
So you've got vehicles this year, and obviously they have that supercharger pairing. But I know my kids would have preferred it if the little Skylanders, or the Skylanders, would have fitted into the vehicles. I'm sure that's something you've thought about. Can you talk a bit about how the vehicles have evolved?
Sure. Yeah. This is actually a great question you're asking, and it's something that we struggled with in the design process. For us to do characters that sit inside the vehicle, it meant that the vehicles would have to either be really large, which meant a brand new portal. For customers, that would be a very big portal, or we'd have to create different kind of character designs who would be able to pilot the vehicles, and we wouldn't be able to offer the full compatibility and upgrading the 300 existing characters to be able to drive. So, we really listened to a lot of the fan feedback, and always looking at the forums and so on. And so we landed on a solution there, which we thought was really elegant. We wanted all of the characters to drive. Of course, the Superchargers can do the mods and upgrades as their special ability, but they sit alongside each other on the portal, and that way you can use your existing portal as well. So that combination of value, the ease of play as well, and of course when they're in their vehicles, some of them you can't see because they're in a closed cockpit, and others you can see as they're animating around on their vehicles.
And the vehicles themselves, most of them are articulated, and they don't sit on a base, so they feel much more playful. I just want to put this one in the bath, or put Hot Streak on the carpet.
They are, and this was actually a really important innovation, and was really challenging to get right, because we don't want vehicles on a base. That's no fun to play with them, especially cars and stuff that you can roll around. We wanted the play off the game, and really to be able to continue to innovate on the technology allowed us to move away from bases for these vehicles, and it's a car that you can play around with, but comes to life in the game. How cool is that?
Yeah, that's really cool. Now, another topic we've often touched on is the gender mix in Skylanders, and I've been really enthused about pressing on and having more female characters and more strong female characters. My daughter really enjoys it. So Guhart, is that going to continue in Superchargers?
We find that Skylanders is an awesome experience for boys and girls, and we're always committed to doing that. And it's really important for us to, give give all of our original creations that flair of strong, empowering, heroic to both boys as well as girls. And what we find is that we have a fantastic cast of girl characters that are also super popular with the boys, and vice versa as well. And so it's really about making children feel comfortable in their own skin, finding a Skylander they can identify with, finding awesome role models. Every Skylander is heroic, some are a bit goofy, some are a bit serious, that kind of thing. That really goes into our creative process.
That sounds great. I can't wait to get more hands-on with the game, particularly try out those Amiibo Skylanders. So Thanks for your time, really appreciate it.
Totally, it's our pleasure.
Thanks a lot, Karthik.
Great talking to you.